Chapter 5. CNS News. The next morning, Jotham Powell came round early to help load some more wood. Ethan could still feel inside him the sweetness of the evenings before, and he tried hard not to show his happiness. He did not know why he felt so happy. There was no reason for it, because nothing had changed in his life or in mine. But their evening together had given him a dream, a picture of life with Matty at his side. He wanted to load the wood quickly and then drive it down to Starfield, where he could buy the glue to mend the broken dish. He was sending Jotham to fetch Sina from the station after dinner, so they needed to work fast. But the morning went badly. A wet snow had fallen in the night, and the roads were like glass. One of his horses fell and cut his leg. Icy rain started to fall, making the loading slow and difficult. It was after midday when they finished. Immediately after dinner, Ethan put his coat on again. Jotham was drying his wet feet by the fire, and Matty was washing the dishes. "I'll be back early," Ethan said to Matty in a low voice. He was afraid to say more in front of Jotham, but he thought that Matty understood him. The journey down to the village was long and slow, with his two old horses pulling their heavy load over the snow and ice underfoot. By the time he had unloaded the wood and managed to buy the glue, it was already late afternoon. On the way back the rain began again, turning to ice as it fell on the snow and making the road even more glassy and dangerous. Once or twice Ethan heard sleigh bells and turned round, afraid that Jotham and Sina were coming up behind him. But for most of the journey he just looked grimly into the falling rain, as his tired horses made their way up the hill. At last he arrived home and hurried into the kitchen. Matty was alone. "Look, Mac," he cried. "I've got the glue to mend the dish with. Quick, let me get it." "Oh, Ethan, Sina's back," she said in a whisper, holding onto his arm. Ethan looked round the kitchen, which looked cold and unwelcoming in the wintry evening light. "How is she?" he asked, in the same low whisper. "I don't know. She didn't say anything. She just went straight upstairs." Ethan put the glue back in his pocket. "Don't worry. I'll come down and mend the dish in the night," he said. Then, just as she had done the evening before, Matty said, "I guess it's about time for supper." Ethan called Sina, but there was no answer. He went up to the bedroom and pushed open the door. In the darkness, he saw Sina's figure sitting by the window, still wearing her traveling dress. "Well, Sina, supper's ready. Ain't you coming?" "I don't think I call it a thing," she replied, then turned her head towards him. I'm much sicker than you think. I hope that's not so, Sina." The doctor says I mustn't do anything at all in the house, so we'll have to get a hired girl. A hired girl? Yes, my aunt's found me one already. She's coming tomorrow afternoon. Why didn't you tell me what you planned to do? He asked angrily. Where do you think I'll get the money to pay her? How did I know what the doctor girl said? I'm ashamed to have a husband like you, returned From. I lose my health taking care of your own mother. Marrying me was the least that you could do after. Sina, the darkness between them was filled with anger. It was their first moment of open fighting in their sad 7 years together. Ethan felt ashamed and tried to speak more calmly. You know I don't have the money, Sina. She'll have to go back. What about that $50 from Andrew Howe? He remembered the lie he had told the day before. I guess that was a mistake. You mean you ain't going to get it? No, I'm sorry, Sina. You're a poor man's wife, but I'll do the best I can to help you. Oh, I guess well managed, she said more gently. And without Matty's food to pay for. Without Matty's? He began. Sina laughed. It was a strange song. He couldn't remember hearing her laugh before. You didn't think Matty was staying, did you? But you can't send her away. She's your cousin. Well, we can't keep two girls here. Ethan could not believe what he was hearing. Ethan, Sina, supper's ready. Matty called brightly from downstairs. Ethan felt angry and helpless. But where will she go, a poor girl with no friends or money? She's been here long enough. We keep her forever and you know, and it's time for her to go. Ethan looked at his wife with eyes full of hate. It was an angry, bitter hate. It was a hate which had grown during years of hard work, hopeless poverty, and broken dreams. This woman had destroyed and his hopes. She had taken everything from him and no one to take the one beautiful thing left his life. He made a sudden, violent movement towards her, then stopped. I don't think he'll come down, said Sina calmly. I guess I'll just lie on the bed a while. Ethan went downstairs to the kitchen, and Matty gave him a plate of food. He took a mouthful, then pushed the plate away. What's the matter, Ethan? Doesn't it taste right? It's fine, mate. Only He stood up quickly. She looked at him with frightened eyes. I knew there was something wrong. Was it Ethan? Was it? He took his arm and found her lips at last. He kissed and kissed her. He was lost in the sweetness of the lips. Then she pulled away from him, her face white with fear, and he cried out, "You can't go, Matt. I'll never let you. Go, she whispered. Must I go? Ethan, what has happened? Is Sina angry with me? He told her what the doctor had said. Matty looked too small and helped. His heart ached for her, and he wanted to hold her his arm again. They were silent for a long while. Then Matty said in a low voice, "Don't be too sorry, Ethan." "Oh, Matt, where'll you go?" "I'll get something to do in town." But they both knew that he had little chance of finding a job. There were too many people looking for work in the towns, and there were no jobs that Matty could do. And Ethan knew what happened to girls who had no job, no money, and no friends. He sat down in despair and hid his face in his hand. Then they heard Sina's footsteps on the stairs. She came down wearing her usual dress. Then she sat down in her usual seat and took a large plateful of food. She ate well and talked in a everyday way about the illness of her friends and family in Bedford. As she spoke, she looked at Matty with a smile on her thin lips. When supper was finished, she stood up and said, "That meal's given me a stomach ache. I think I go and look for the stomach medicine that I bought last year." She left the room. Ethan's and Matty's eyes met, full of silent despair. The kitchen looked as warm and peaceful as the night before, but now everything had changed. Then suddenly Sina was back, her face burning with anger. In her hands she held the broken piece of the red glass dish. "I want to know who did this," she said in a shaking voice. "I can tell you. It was the cat," answered Ethan after a few moments. "The cat? How did the cat get into my half cupboard?" "Oh, Sina, it was my fault, not Ethan's," cried Matty. "I got it from your cupboard. I I wanted the supper table to look pretty." "You want the supper table to look pretty. So you took my very best dish, the one that I never, ever use. Not for visitors, not for anyone. You're a bad girl, Maddie Silver. Just like your father, I always knew you were bad. That's why I hid my things from you. And now you've taken the thing that I cared for the most." Tears ran down her thin, yellowish face. Then she felt the room, carrying the pieces of broken glass like a dead body.